Welcome or welcome back to Her Crafty Ways, a channel where I discuss all things Hekate as well as all things gods, goddesses, occultism, and magic. Please make sure you like and comment or subscribe and share. And now let's get into this. So what is Depnon? It's a Greek word which means evening meal. To the ancient Greeks, Depnon at its core is the largest meal of the day. However, Depnon is famously associated with Hekate as a religious offering, a prepared meal given to Hekate when the moon is dark or the barest sliver of light is visible in the sky. I want to read a brief excerpt from Hekate Liminal Rites by Sorita Dieste and David Rankine. A practice particularly associated with the sacred three-way crossroads of Hekate was the Hekate Supper, or Depna Hecates. It may be that these offerings were made to appease ghosts and keep them at the crossroads, avoiding trouble from them whilst traveling, etc. Alternatively, these offerings were described as being made to placate the goddess and ensure that she would look favorably upon those who made regular offerings. The chapter goes on to further state that Aristophanes, a writer from 380 BC who translates work, they write, Aristophanes recorded that offerings to Hekate were made on the eve of the new moon. That is when the first sliver of the new moon is visible. There are references to the offerings being made on the 30th day of the month, but keep in mind that this was calculated on the Greek calendars. It would vary from state to state as there was no uniformity in the calendar system being used. Our view, writes Sorita and David, agrees with K.F. Smith, who in his article, Hecate's Suppers, suggested that it may have been on the first night that the moon was visible again, signifying a possible connection with Hekate as a lunar goddess, rising like the moon from the underworld on the night of the new moon. I'm going slightly off my own script here, but it is worth it to take a moment to pause and reread what I read or listen to what I read again and really think to yourself, why did the people of the past make offerings to Hekate? Take a look again at the line that says, it may be that these offerings were made to appease ghosts and keep them at the crossroads, avoiding trouble from them whilst traveling. Or they were described as a way to placate the goddess, to simply ask her to look favorably upon you, to answer your prayers. It's a way to build communion and a relationship with the goddess, thinking about today. Anyway, let's move on to food offerings. Historically, food offerings mentioned from various sources are different kinds of cakes and sacrificial cake. The ingredients are unknown. Sprat, which I looked up, and it is a kind of fish. Garlic, mullet, such as red mullet, also another kind of fish. Eggs, and cheese. Keep in mind that a lot of her worship was done in the Mediterranean, so it makes sense that a lot of the food offered would be fish. That would lead one to believe that people offered what was available to them. So if fish is not available to you, that is okay. So what about modern Depnon? What about Hecate's supper today? Today, it is much the same. We prepare a religious meal offering to the Titan goddess of the crossroads, Hecate Enodia. Keep in mind that this is a special occasion, religious and devotional in nature. Hundreds of thousands of us during the 3-day period of the new moon will be chanting, singing, meditating, focusing our intention on Hecate. The moon has hidden her face and gone into seclusion. So if you suddenly feel the desire to hide your face and rest, it's only natural. The night is dark, but the stars shine clearer in this darkness. Much can be revealed to you during this time as you look inward, prepare, and give offering. You will need to light 2 candles, 2 flames at least. It is my personal opinion that this is important. Fire in its elemental form must be present. The candles must be consecrated to the goddess and lit in her honor. Working closely with Hekate Phosphoros, the candles to me symbolize her twin torches of mercy and severity. Shout out to Jason Miller, author and sorcerer, for that wording. I will link his website below. Here are some suggestions for an easy to prep meal to Hekate during Deipnon. Root vegetables when in doubt. Think about chthonic deities, the fact that they are of the earth, from the earth, roam the earth. Root vegetables being in the earth makes logical sense, really. Boiled eggs, garlic, red wine, water. These are all pretty easy items to get and to offer to the goddess. Some other common offerings are bread, honey, red mullet, pomegranate, and dandelion, for example. I even offer grapes. I offer candy. I offer pretty much whatever I am enjoying. If I feel called to do it, I do it. And sometimes I just do it because I want to share with her. These are some commonly used incense, scents, and oils that are associated with Hekate during her Deipnon, and in general, that would be frankincense and myrrh, rosemary, palo santo, dragon's blood, and various other types of Hekate oils. I will do my best to link some really good stores below that you can order from if you need to. A special note on frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense you should think of as Aaronic. It's associated with the heavens. When you smell it alone, frankincense alone, your mind lifts up with the smoke. Myrrh, when you add myrrh to it, it calls to the dead. It calls to your ancestor. Your senses reach down to the underworld. So it is a very good incense to use when you wish to honor Hekate at any time. You really can't lose out when you are using frankincense and myrrh. So it's a ritual. So what do you wear? Wear black. Wear black to symbolize the night and the darkness on earth as the moon hides her face from us. Wear black to symbolize looking inward, diving deep to symbolize shadows and what is unknown. If you are called to cover your head, do so. The goddess is often cloaked and hooded during this time. So if you feel the need to do so, don't hesitate to do that. Also, it's okay if you don't have black clothing to wear, or if you don't have frankincense and myrrh, or if all you can do is offer her some wine and some water and your words. It's about your intent and the fact that you are doing it consistently. That really helps you build the relationship. Okay, you prepared the food, you placed it on your altar, you've done your entire ritual, and the most common question I see is, what do you do with the food offering after your ritual is completed? I am here to tell you, you do not, under any circumstances, eat it. Unequivocally and absolutely no. Do not consume your offering to the gods or your ancestors or spirits. It is incredibly rude. Don't consider it as waste. If you prepare a meal or pour wine for the gods at any occasion, it is not a waste. It is an offering. It is an act of devotion. The physical food remains, but the spiritual energy of the offering is what is taken. To eat it afterward would be as if you are eating nothing. Ponder this a moment for yourself. Ideally, if you can leave your meal offering for 3 days, do so. But if you cannot, then it is okay to throw it away. Think of it as being used, or if it helps, all the important properties consumed. Say something when you remove it, such as, I am removing this offering. Once I take it from the altar, it is no longer an offering. Once you speak it, it is, and then feel free to throw it away. Another way to dispose of offerings is to bury the food offering in the ground. It is one of the most respectful ways, especially since Hecate is a chthonic deity. No matter the time you are watching this video, the new moon is almost upon us. If you are looking for a way to devote yourself to the goddess and begin your practice in earnest, then honoring her every new moon is a great start. Remember, be clean. No one wants to receive food from dirty hands. Remember to breathe deeply and do your best to put yourself in a calm and relaxed state as you meditate and commune with Hecate. Prepare extra for yourself because you should always taste what you are serving, whether it is to the gods or people. Be respectful to your location, home, wherever you are, and enjoy yourself. This is a special time for you as well. Please be sure to like, comment, share this if it helped you in any way. Links are below to my sources and other people and sites I may have mentioned. And please come again. Thank you so much. I call Hecate of the roadside, lovely God where three roads meet. I call Hecate of the roadside, lovely God where three roads meet. I call Hecate of the roadside.